Jalen, Fred Warner's an all-pro player. How do you account for a linebacker that's that versatile?
Yeah, I mean, they have a couple different all-pro players on their team. We all know they have a really good defense. They're very active up front. He leads a great linebacker group, and their DBs are making plays all over the field. So we have to be accountable for all of them.
Jalen, when we see some players over the course of years who kind of thrive in big moments and big games, what do you think it is about them that allows them to do it?
I think just want to go out there and kind of do the things that have gotten you there, not necessarily change your approach. Go out there and kind of attack it like another game.
Jalen, Michael Jordan quote, keep things out there. What's the story behind that? Why do you want that in front of your eyes every day?
Because I like Mike. I like the quote.
And with Michael Jordan, he's someone you've referenced before. He obviously played before you were born, really. So what started your interest in him, and how much, I guess, research have you done on it?
Yeah, I think MJ's, along with Muhammad Ali. I think Michael Jordan is one of the most transcendent, rare type of guys that have played sports. His ability was before his time, and he was a relentless competitor. He overcame adversities, and he just had a aura to himself, you know what I'm saying? And I've always admired that. Obviously I wasn't around when he was, doing everything. I wasn't even a thought yet probably, but, from what I know, what I've been able to see in my time, he's my favorite ever to do it. He's my favorite athlete ever to do it, and I love the way he went about his business on the court.
When your head coach, how much does your big game experience from college kind of help you in this moment, here in the NFL? Are there any similarities or differences?
Yeah, I think I think every moment is teachable and valuable. I think this is a new moment. So I think I don't really look up into the past or even the future. Just kind of getting ready for this game.
The thing we hear about the 49ers defense is that they do what they do very well. How important is it when they play that well, with your eye discipline, being able to move guys in the secondary?
I think they play really hard. They have a way of doing what they do. I think they're coached well. They have great players. I think for us, we just have to execute. That can come from just trying to control the things we can, but we know we have really good players that we're about to go against, so it'll be a challenge.
When you have some of your best players like yourself playing through something injury-wise, and Lane Johnson playing through something that's very serious, do you think that permeates with everybody and the mentality of this team?
I can't speak for anyone else, so I don't know.
How about for you, when your right tackle's out there playing with a serious injury and you see what he's going through, does that permeate?
Yeah, when I see him persevering through stuff, and I know he's going through something, I admire it, and you appreciate it already, win, lose, or draw, but when you can see him dominate and still play at a high level, you admire him for his the greatness he has. I mean, he's one of the premier, if not the premier, tackle in the league. So he's a dog. He's been able to fight through stuff on the field, off the field, and still be able to show up for his team. I admire that a lot, and I respect him as a friend even more.
Jalen, getting back to Fred Warner, a couple of the offensive coaches talked about his football IQ. Is that noticeable to you as the quarterback when you have an off-ball linebacker kind of can digest things very quickly?
Yeah, he's a smart player, and he knows he's smart. He plays very instinctually, and he's fast. He flies to the ball. He's a real leader on film. He's a real leader on film on that defense, so he definitely sets the tone.
Yeah, we've heard you describe
practice is going this week as far as the intensity get a little more heightened at this stage of the game.
Practice has been practice. Just go out there and attack every day, like every other week.
Jim, we've heard you describe yourself when you've made certain athletic plays on the field as getting freaky. Do you feel like, in terms of like how you feel, that that's something that's still achievable?
I don't know. We'll see.
Jalen, what does Brian Johnson's presence mean to you at this stage in your career, and how much
Having a relationship I've been able to have with him, and the background and him kind of being around when I was a kid growing up, I think that has allowed us to talk about and tell a ton of different stories. I think it's allowed us to have a high level of comfort and communicating and getting on the same page. And I think we have a very transparent relationship. Not only a relationship but a friendship. So I appreciate him. He's been great for me this year. He's been great for this team. He does a lot for us, and I appreciate him.
I can ask one more on Michael Jordan. After the game, they compared you to him in terms of the aura you have with the team. What was your reaction when you heard that?
I didn't really have much of a reaction, to be honest. That's his opinion. He's an idol of mine. I love Mike. I love how he, impacted the game. I love how he carried himself in the game. I love the desire to win he had, and that's a hero of mine. That's an idol of mine. So I appreciate the compliment.
How excited do you be at this level or at this stage of the season?
Extremely excited. That might be the understatement, but just trying to live in the moment. Stuff like this don't come around a lot. How everybody knows how hard it is to win in this league. So just taking it all in, blessed, not taking nothing for granted, and just really just taking it one day at a time, trying to, prepare the right way and, get the job done on Sunday.
What do you make of the challenge of facing a run defense as good as the 49ers have been?
Run defense like them, they're very unique, They do a very good job of stopping the run. I guess they haven't had like a 100-yard rusher since Justin Fields or they played Chicago. Watching that game and it's a challenge. It's always a challenge. It's the NFL. So you get to this stage in a year and you're going to be playing the best, and that's what we expect. And our job is just to go out there and execute our job and play the best of our ability. As long as everybody's locked in and focused, they got to worry about us too. So.
Who are the guys that really pop out to you when you're watching their film on day?
Whole defense. They fly around, all 11 to the ball. Defensive line is stout, very good defensive line. The linebackers, I got all respect for them. Fred, Warner, and Greenlaw. And then they got a good secondary. They got the safety that's very good too, so all pro. And, we know all that, but we got players too. And it's going to be a good-on-good matchup. Is the type of matchup that everybody wants to see, and we're prepared and ready for it.
Miles, Nick talks about keeping the preparation you mentioned the same, whether it was week 1 in Detroit up until now. But it is a bigger game. Is it hard to stay locked in and extremely focused?
No, not at all. Not at all. It's not hard, really. It's not. It's every game's important. I mean, we approach every game just like that. Every game's important. The next game's important because it's the next game. Yes, there's a lot at stake, but if you just keep it simple and just live in the moment and just be where your feet are, everything should take care of yourself.
How about physical preparation? Does that change it? It's been a long season. Obviously, you've had a career high in touches or rushes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like week 40 to me. It's a long season, but it's fun, getting to this point. And when you get to this point, you understand how much work it takes, and we've been putting in work all year round since camp and since last year, really. And I think we're prepared for this moment and just attacking every day, one day at a time. So that's all we can do.
Miles, when you look at the 4 quarterbacks who are still left, they're all like 27 and younger. What is it like that you notice about Jalen that shows that he's ready for this type of situation and stuff like that?
Ever since he got here, he's kind of took control, or just really took control of the whole building. Starting with the locker room, just being himself. I mean, it's not like he was trying to. It's that's just him being himself. Started on the field with his play, and then we go as he go. He's even Steven out there. Nothing bothers him. He doesn't get shook up or riled up. He just want to win, and he's trying to put us in the best position to win. And all I can do is respect that. All that everybody else can do is respect that. And he holds everybody to a high standard as he holds himself to a high standard, and he lives up to it. So. I don't think it's hard at all, no matter what age or how young you are. It's just how you approach stuff. You could tell, the way he was grown up, the way he grew up. He just grew up like that. He has a very mature demeanor about him, and everybody can see that. And he holds himself accountable, like I said, and to a high standard, and he just lives up to it.
Miles, in situations where you're in the open field and you see Dallas Goedert in front of you, ready to lay out a block, what excites you most about, seeing that Dallas might be like the lead guy in front of you?
It's super exciting. I don't know which one, Kelsey or Dallas. I don't know which one's more exciting, but it's great to have both of them in front of me, blocking down the field, and it just creates bigger plays for the team. So,
Miles, we've heard this defense that you're playing considered the best in the league. I mean, looking at the film, do you feel like this is your guys' greatest test?
Absolutely. Like I said, it's the NFC Championship game. Two of the best teams in the NFC are going at it. We expect, this to be our best challenge, and we expect for us to be their best challenge too. So it's just going to be a great game, physical game. I'm just ready. I'm excited and just trying to get after it.
Miles, obviously your contract situation being what it is, so you give any thought, any slightest thought?
No, sir. Sunday, 49ers, 3 p.m. 49ers, 3 p.m.
Miles, obviously you're worried about the 49ers defense, but do you enjoy the challenge when there's another great running back on the other side, like Christian?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I look forward to, seeing him ball out and, hopefully chop it up. But we got to come away with that W. So, I mean, I'm a little bit friends with him, a little bit, talk to him a little bit, but got all the respect for him. And, he's paved the way for backs like us. So a lot of respect and just, hope you have a good game against our defense.
Talking about that steady hand of Jalen, what does that do for you in kind of games like this, or weeks like this, when the stakes are raised, the emotions are?
Say the first part one more time. Sorry.
When you have Jalen kind of as setting the example as being steady-handed, what does that do for you when the stakes are raised and the moments are greater?
What it does for me, I mean, I'm pretty cool at when it's up and down in the game too. But when you see your quarterback just not panicking, on to the next play, it kind of it keeps you calm. It keeps you cool. It keeps you believing that we're good. We just got to get everything right. Once we get everything right, we're gonna be cool. It just brings ease to everybody's mind. Me personally, I can't really speak on everybody else, but I see how he is when in certain situations, and I see how calm he is, and he might make the play or check. I don't know, but he does a lot of stuff that that tells me that there's no point of panicking on the field. He doesn't show none of that. He doesn't shake up or none of that. So.
Because of your offensive line, do you guys feel like even though you're facing a really good run defense, you still have the opportunity to make gains on the ground?
Yeah, hopefully I see. I mean, that's the game plan. It starts with the O-line, it starts with the front, it starts with our D-line too. That's how we go as a team, and everybody else just play accordingly. They set the tone, and we're gonna see how this game goes.
I was just building on the question with Dallas. You guys have been teammates for several years now. How have you seen him improve as a blocker and also just as an overall tight end?
Oh man, one of the best in the league, point blank period. That's been my guy since I got here, and he's been here a year longer than me, and just seeing his growth when Zach was here, putting in the work, and then when he finally got his chance, he just took off with it, and I'm proud of him, and that's Dallas Goedert. He made a name for himself, and definitely one of the best tight ends in the league.